Hi, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of Cle de Peau. I recently picked up a new to me foundation and a new to me blush, so we're going to be putting those to the test and creating this full face of Cle de Peau. So if you're curious to hear my thoughts on the new products and see how I created this look, keep watching. I thought to start today's video, I would show you guys all of the new products that I picked up from Cle de Peau, which includes the foundation as well as the new blush duo. I did pick these up during the Friends and Family sale along with a few other items, and I thought I would just go ahead and incorporate these two new products into a full face of Cle de Peau. It has been quite a while since I have done a full face of Cle de Peau. They haven't really come out with anything new lately, so I haven't been reviewing any new Cle de Peau, but they did have a sale. I was curious about this foundation, so I did go ahead and pick it up. And I do really love their blush duo, so I did pick up another one of those. So to start with, I will show you guys this foundation. Now this foundation is a hybrid between skincare and makeup. So there is skincare ingredients in here, there's SPF in here. It is supposed to give me all of that anti-aging goodness that I want in a foundation. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of the Chantecaille Future Skin. The description, that's what it reminds me of. But I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it for you. Hopefully I got a good shade match. Now it does come in a jar, so I unscrewed the lid. They do have a little cap on it. Now this is going to be the first time opening this product, swatching it, all of that. There is quite a bit of product on the lid. They do also give you a little spatula, which I will open and use. So I got shade B20. Hopefully it is a good shade match. So here is the spatula. I just took a little bit off of the lid. So that's what it looks like. I don't expect this to give me a lot of coverage. I'm hoping it just kind of makes my skin look better. All right, so it might be a little light because this is the lightest part of my skin, and you guys can see that it's quite a bit lighter than my face, but we will give it a try. Before I start any foundation review test, I always use my Sisley Double Tinture Primer, so that is what I'm going to do today. Now, because this foundation has skincare in it, it is on the pricey side. Cle de Peau in general is a very expensive luxury brand, but this foundation is very expensive. I think it is either more expensive or on par with the La Prairie foundation. It is a very pricey foundation. If you are interested in it, I would recommend waiting until there is a sale. So I just picked up a little bit with the spatula, and I'm just going to dot it on my face. I really do hope that this shade is not too light. So I will go ahead and take my BK Beauty 101 to apply. All right, here is how the foundation looks. I did go in with just a little bit more product, so I would say that you could build it up. Although even with more product, I do not believe that I got more coverage. This is a very lightweight foundation. I personally would not reach for this on an everyday basis just because it is so light. I prefer a more medium to full coverage. If you like a very light coverage foundation, I think that this is really pretty. I mean, my skin looks very healthy, very pretty. I do think that it looks beautiful. I just prefer a little bit more coverage. Now there is a slight fragrance. I don't mind the fragrance, but I do always want to let you guys know if there is a fragrance. And I do think that because the foundation is so lightweight, so sheer, the shade does work because it just kind of blends down into my skin, and it really does make my skin look better. I think if I were to go in and ask my husband if I was wearing foundation, he probably would say no, because it is so lightweight. You don't really get a lot of coverage, but I do think that it is pretty. Now, if you are someone who wants a little bit more coverage, Cle de Peau does have other foundations that you could go in with. And for me personally today, I'm just going to go in with a little bit extra concealer to give me coverage in those areas that I want a little bit more coverage. I think that this foundation would be really, really nice in the summertime if I want to go outside, but I don't want to wear a full face of makeup, but I want my skin to look just a little bit better. I think this would be the perfect product to use. Plus it has SPF in it, which is an added bonus. All right, so now I'm going to go in with the concealer, and I have shade Beige. The Cle de Peau concealer is definitely one of the best concealers on the market. It is so good. And actually all of the Cle de Peau products are really great for mature skin. So if you are on the older side and you are looking for makeup that's not going to dry your skin out or emphasize any of your fine lines, textures, or pores, Cle de Peau is definitely a brand for you to look at. It is mature skin friendly. And honestly, Cle de Peau is one of my favorite brands. So all the products that I'm going to be using today, there's going to be a common theme. I am going to be telling you how much I love them and how they are my favorite products, because they are. I absolutely love the products. I love the brand, and they are products that I highly recommend. So I do think that that concealer did give me a lot more coverage. And even though I went on top of that foundation and I added more than I probably would on a normal basis, my skin still looks flawless. So now I'm going to go in with the Cle de Peau loose powder. Now, I picked up this powder from the UK. I believe I ordered it from Harrods. It is hands down one of the best loose powders on the market. It is so finely milled. It might be the most finely milled powder I have ever used. It is beautiful. I really like it. I don't talk about it a lot. I don't use it a lot because you can't get it here in the States. However, this summer, Cle de Peau is going to be coming back out with loose powders here in the States. I cannot wait. So I'm not certain if they are reformulating this powder or if they are just bringing it to the States. I don't know that, but I have seen promo pics, so I know that they are coming, and I'm so excited for you guys because it really is such a phenomenal powder. So it does come with the puff. You guys can see I have not used mine, but it is very soft. And then I love that there is this plastic covering to keep the puff clean and just keep everything clean. And then when you open it up, you can see there is the powder. There is like a little mesh covering there. So I just picked up a little bit with my La Mer powder brush, and I'll dust it on. I'm going to go in with the Cle de Peau bronzer. I have shade number 1. Now, the Cle de Peau bronzers are honestly some of the best bronzers. However, they only have 2 shades. So they have shade 1 and they have shade 2. So it's not a wide shade range at all, but it is definitely some of the best. So now I'm going to open up this new, to me, powder blush. This is the Powder Blush Duo, and I picked up shade 102. Now, I already have shade 101, and I will get that out and show you. And the products come in refillable cases. So all I did was buy the refill. I do already have the case, and I will go ahead and get that out and show it to you. So brand new, the refills do come in this plastic cover. So if you wanted to, you could just buy the refill and keep it in this case. I did that. I did that for a very long time with my original one. I had shade 101. I just kept it in this. I used it. I loved it. It was fine. Well, then it broke because I dropped it. And I went back and bought the case. So now I do have a case. But if you were to just buy the refill, this is what it would look like. And again, this is shade 102. Now they have a 24-month shelf life and are made in Japan. So here is the case. And then when you open it up, this is the one that I have currently. This is 101, and it's dirty. It is very dirty, very much loved. This is one that I keep in my makeup bag, and I use it constantly. It is one of my absolute favorites. But it just pops out, and then you can just pop the new one in. So I will go ahead and swatch 102. I'll start with the deeper shade first. And then I'll go in with a lighter shade. And then if you were to just mix the two, which is usually how I wear it, that's what it looks like. So I think that this is going to be absolutely beautiful. But I will now swatch 101 to show you guys the difference. So this is just a little bit deeper. I'll go with the lighter shade. It's like a little bit more mauve. So 102 is a little bit brighter of a pink, 101's a little bit more mauve. Now I can't talk about Cle de Peau blushes and not talk about their cream blushes. Their cream blushes are hands down the best cream blushes across any brand. They are so good. So good. This is shade number 4. It is my absolute favorite. I'm just going to take it on one side today because I want to show you the difference between just the powder alone and then the powder on top of the cream blush. Now I typically do always layer a cream blush and a powder blush. You don't have to. I'm just extra. But I do just love this cream blush. I am almost out. You guys, I do think that I will finish it in 2025. So that is shade number 4. I have they do have 4 shades. I have 3 out of the 4. One of these days I will go back and pick up that 4th one. So now I'm going to take this blush, and again, I just pick up both shades, and there is quite a bit of pickup on my brush. Kind of tapped it off a little bit on the towel. Now I do think that the Cle de Peau powder products are extremely blurring, which is why they are so great for mature skin. So there's the powder all by itself, shade 102. I think that's beautiful. I'm going to go in with just a little bit more on the side with the cream blush and show you guys the difference. That is so pretty. That is so pretty. I'm so glad that I picked that up. I really love that. Now for highlighter, I have the Luminizing Face Enhancer, and this is in shade 202 Golden Galaxy. So I'll just take my Sonia G NO2 Pro, pick up a little bit of product, or a lot, that was more than I wanted, and just go in. Now this is not going to give you that glass-like glow that some highlighters do. This is going to be a very natural luminizer for your face, which again, perfect for mature skin. And even though I picked up a lot of product, it blends and melts right down into your skin. That is very beautiful. Now for eyeshadow. Cle de Peau reformulated their eyeshadows a few years ago, and I picked up several of the quads. The one that I'm going to be using today is Seagrass. Now, this is the first green eyeshadow palette that I tried, and after I tried it, I completely fell in love with green eyeshadows. So this specific eyeshadow quad does mean a lot to me, because had I never tried this, I never would have opened my eyes to all of the beautiful green eyeshadow palettes that I just absolutely love. I'm going to take this matte green shade and I'm going to take it into the crease. I'm using a Sonia G Blender Pro. Now, Cle de Peau did release some single shadows. They were released in the European and maybe even in the Asia markets. They never came to the States. Never. I'm pretty sure that they went to Canada, but they never showed up here in the States. I know they were supposed to, or I heard rumors that they were coming. They never have. So now I'm going to go in with this kind of khaki shade and take it on the outer corner. And I'm also going to take the dark green onto the outer corner. The formula of the Cle de Peau shadows is so nice. They're so soft, and they really do look flawless on your eyes. I'm going to take this light shimmer down here. This particular shadow is a different formula. It's more creamy. And I'm taking a rougher number 28 to place this in the inner corner. I'm going to take a BK Beauty 201 to just blend and diffuse. Here's the finished eye look. You can see why I love the Cle de Peau products so much. That is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. For eyeliner, I used the Sicily eyeliner, and for mascara, I used Huda Beauty One Coat Wow. I have used the Cle de Peau mascara in the past. I do really like it. It's one that I would repurchase and one that I do recommend. However, I do not have one currently. To complete this look, I'm going to be using the Cle de Peau lip liner as well as my favorite lipstick. This is in Triumphant Tawny. So now the lip liners also come in refillable packaging. And because of that, I don't exactly know which shade I have, but I think I have shade number 2. When I placed my Cle de Peau order, I did pick up a backup of this lipstick because you can see that I am almost out. This is one of my favorite lipsticks. I keep it in my purse with me. I just think that it is a beautiful, beautiful nude shade. Not only that, I love the formula of this lipstick. It is so nice. All right, that completes today's full face of Cle de Peau using the New to Me foundation and this new blush shade. Let me know what you guys think. I will leave a pinned comment down below to let you guys know how the foundation wore. Did my face get oily? Did I feel like it lasted all day? I'll give you guys all the details in a pinned comment down below. But so far, I do have to say, I think my skin looks beautiful. I think it looks absolutely flawless. And I do think that this is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. It is, again, not one that I'm going to wear on a regular basis just because it is so lightweight. However, if you are opposite of me and you enjoy a very lightweight sheer foundation, I think that you would really, really like this. It is very beautiful. And I knew I already loved the formula of the blushes. I wasn't sure about the shade, but I do think that the shade is very beautiful as well. But let me know down below, what is your favorite Cle de Peau product? Have you tried the brand before? I would love to hear. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.